Hello everyone, so today I wanted to compare two headsets, the PlayStation Pulse 3D and the Sony Inzone H9. I've been using the Pulse 3D headset since the launch of the PlayStation more than 2 years ago, and I've been very satisfied. However, I've recently purchased the Sony Inzone H9 and wanted to give you my opinion on which one is better. The aesthetics of the Pulse 3D complements that of the PlayStation 5, especially when it's paired with the original white covers. The material across the top is made of hard white plastic, the same plastic used across all PlayStation accessories, and nice details on the front such as the PlayStation logo, reminding you you're using a dedicated PlayStation product. Unfortunately, the plastic band of the headset doesn't have the PlayStation icon design, which we're familiar with across other PlayStation accessories like the DualSense. With the hard plastic wrapping around the front to the back of the ear cup, it does confuse me into thinking the headset is back to front. However, it does include a left and right indicator above the ear cup to ensure you put the headset on the right way round. The ear cups are made out of pleather, a fake leather material which is wrapped around foam to give it a soft cushion. The headset rests on your head via a ski band support, similar to the Arctic Pro range, which adjusts when pressure is applied. I prefer this style of headset support as you don't need to make any adjustments, especially if you share your headset or sometimes play with a cap. The headset does look a little bulky when wearing, partly due to the design. There is a gap between the headband support and the plastic outer shell. The headset is also available in camouflage and midnight black. If that was an option when I bought my Pulse 3D, I would definitely have gone for the black. I'm not a fan of white accessories. They always show their age over time. However, I've had my headset for over 2 years and the white has stayed relatively clean. But what I have noticed is that the pleather on one of the ear cups has started to crack. PlayStation have thought of this and the ear cups can be removed and replaced, which is a great feature to keep your headset looking fresh. The Sony Inzone H9 also has the same colour scheme as the Pulse 3D and again matches the white PlayStation 5. However, this is branded as a Sony gaming headset and not a headset exclusively for the PlayStation like the Pulse. Instead, the Inzone H9 headset targets both PC and PlayStation 5 gamers. The same hard white plastic is used across the headband and ear cups. The ear cups include left and right indicators. However, the positioning of the ear cups being held in place by the headband is slightly off centre, so it's a little clearer in terms of which way round the headset should sit. Like the Pulse 3D, a pleather material is used across the ear cups. However, the material in which the pleather is wrapped in is like a memory foam. It's a lot softer than the Pulse 3D's foam. It looks more premium and moulds better to the shape of your face. Like the Pulse 3D, over time I would imagine the pleather would crack. Unlike the Pulse 3D, the ear cups can't be removed and replaced, which is a shame, as it's harder to maintain the headset over a period of time. The headband uses the same memory foam pleather. In order to adjust the ear cup position on your head, you need to extend the arms of the headset. I find this more awkward than the Pulse 3D, but once you've found a size that fits you comfortably, you shouldn't need to make any further adjustments. The headset is also quite bulky, just like the Pulse 3D, and with headsets becoming more of a fashion statement, I don't think it will be winning any awards. The Inzone H9 is only available in one colour. Potentially in the future, Sony will revisit this and offer more colours, but at the moment it's just a standard black and white. Both headsets connect with a 2.4 GHz wireless connection via a dongle, which operate on a plug and play basis, so it's really easy to get the headset working straight out of the box. The Pulse 3D also includes a 3.5mm connection, which you can plug into your controller for playing when your headset has run out of battery, but this will drain your controller battery a lot quicker. It's a shame you don't have that option on the Inzone H9, as it would be handy to have that as a backup. In the box you get a USB to USB-C connector. Both headsets will glow to indicate they're being charged, and they'll both continue to work while connected, so the battery should never stand in the way of using them. However, you'll be charging the Pulse 3D headset more frequently. On a full charge you get around 12 hours of battery life, versus 32 hours on the Inzone H9. The Pulse 3D has the function buttons all down the left ear cup. You have Game Chat Mix, Monitoring. This is so you can hear yourself to avoid shouting down the mic. You can toggle that on and off. The Master Volume, the Mute button, which gives a nice flash of orange around the button to indicate your mic is muted, the USB-C connector, the 3.5mm connection, and finally the on-off toggle. After playing with this headset for over 2 years, I've always fumbled to try and adjust the volume or the Game Chat Mix and find the buttons too close together. It would be nice to see these distributed across both ear cups. The Inzone H9 has done just that. The left ear cup has the master volume wheel, which feels nice, and you'll unlikely mistake it for any other button. The noise cancelling ambient noise button and the USB-C port can also be found on the same ear cup, while the right ear cup has the power button, Bluetooth and Game Chat Mix. Although it still leaves me fumbling, I know the master volume is on the left cup and the game chat mix is on the other, which are the functions I use most often. When adjusting the master volume on the H9, you're able to make more micro adjustments due to it having a wheel rather than a button, like on the Pulse 3D. This gives you more precision in finding the right volume level for you. The H9 also supports Bluetooth, so you can be playing a game as well as having your headset connected to your phone for music or taking a phone call. Personally, I haven't used this feature, as when I'm gaming, I'm focused on the game. However, it's nice to have that option there. Both the Pulse 3D and the H9 are the only headsets for the PlayStation 5 which give you the option to adjust game chat mix by the headset straight out of the box, which is a feature PlayStation has currently locked for third-party headsets. Personally, this feature was a must, especially when playing online games and wanting to turn your teammates down at pace. There is no external mic on the Pulse 3D, however there's 2 holes on the headset to isolate your voice. From my experience, the lack of an external mic does have an impact on the performance, which friends have commented on when playing an online game. Unlike the Pulse 3D, the Inzone H9 has an external mic which can be raised and lowered. This automatically mutes and unmutes. I really enjoy this feature. It's becoming more common on gaming headsets and something I would want for any future headset I purchased. The mic is also flexible in order to adjust the position in front of your mouth. In terms of performance, I still have comments that it doesn't sound like me and that I sound a bit robotic. Here's a couple of videos of me running tests on the mic. Let me know your thoughts. Hello, this is the mic test on the Sony Inzone H9. Some people say this sounds like you're a pilot in a helicopter.
Hello, this is the mic test for the Pulse 3D headset. Some people say this sounds like you're talking from under a box.
On both headsets, the mic is a bit of a letdown. However, I would say the H9 is marginally better. So I've used a few gaming headsets from SteelSeries and Astros. While all sound quality is subjective and it will be your personal preference on what you prefer, the SteelSeries sound tends to focus on the high frequencies and the Astros the low frequencies. I would say the Pulse 3D sits more on the low frequencies, which I prefer. I traditionally play first person shooters, so having the sound of footsteps, explosions and gunfire is important to me. I like those sounds to have a lot of bass, to really immerse myself. I've never had an issue with the way the game sounds with the Pulse 3D, and always thought I was getting a good sound representation. The Pulse also benefits from having the option to adjust the equalizer from the menu, giving the option to adjust sound profiles, something that is lacking on the Inzone H9. Hopefully this is something that will be added at a later point, but it's really disappointing this isn't an option, and it may be a deal breaker for some gamers. For PC gamers, the Inzone does have software where you can adjust the equalizers. However, this does not transfer over to the PlayStation 5. The sound on the H9 is well balanced, and like the Pulse 3D focuses more on the low frequencies. However, it's probably somewhere in between the mid and the low frequencies, which I'm a massive fan of. I can truly hear the difference from using the H9 for prolonged periods of time, and then going back to the Pulse 3D. The H9 is much superior. Whether you are playing first-person shooters or adventure games, I feel like the H9 is giving you the best sound possible. I can hear tones which were never there on the Pulse 3D, and I feel it gives me better directional awareness, especially when listening out for footsteps. Even though there is no equalizer to adjust, I feel the default settings are just right. The H9 also includes noise cancelling. I've previously only experienced noise cancelling on my Apple AirPod Pros, which does it extremely well. I wasn't disappointed with the H9s. I never thought I would need noise cancelling on a gaming headset, as I typically game in a separate room when it's quiet. However, when switching this on, it made game chat and in-game noises have much more clarity. I was surprised by the difference it made. My ears were able to focus on the noises the game was producing. The low hum of traffic or the noise of the TV in the other room were gone. Both headsets support Tempest 3D, which is PlayStation's surround sound. When the game supports it, it sounds good. However, you may find when turning it off, for the games that don't support it, the game may sound better. So it's worth spending some time toggling it on and off and hearing the difference. So my final thoughts. Price may be a huge factor in your decision making. The Pulse 3D comes in at £90 or $100, while the H9 is significantly more, at £270 or $300. Is the H9 really worth 3 times the price? I would say for the sound alone, no. The H9 definitely sounds better, but the Pulse 3D is more than capable of supporting your games, with great sound quality, and for the average gamer you may not even notice a difference. However, on the Pulse you lack noise cancelling, which I was surprised by the difference it made, the additional battery life, improved button layout as well as Bluetooth, and in my opinion better comfort. So for the additional features as well as the improved sound, I think they are just about worth it. You do have other options. The H9s are exactly the same as the H7s, the other model in the Inzone range. It works out about £100 or $70 cheaper, but they do not include a noise cancellation. I would recommend trying them both and returning one if the Inzone series is something that you are set on. In my opinion, I think the H9s are definitely the best PlayStation 5 headsets to support all the functionality the console has to offer, just missing one key feature, and that's the equalizer. They are expensive, but if you can afford it, go for it. So that's it, thank you for watching. Please like the video as it really helps me out, as well as subscribing to see more content like this. Please check out my channel for more videos.